This is another 4-player fixed card game with blizzards which is being played with public randoms. Looking to the blizzards, this time the mostly impactful seem to be the blizzard on Ukraine. It makes 1 border fewer to guard for the European player, and even 2 borders fewer for the Asian player, and if that player already has Australia, then he will only have 2 borders to guard in total, holding both of these continents. And oddly enough, most of my troops were spawned in Asia, and you might call it crazy, but this time I think I will try going for Asia. It has only 3 borders or 2 with Australia, and with a bunch of different players' troops being in Australia, maybe Australia will be even wiped out for me. So I will build my troops in Asia and sneakily wait for the opportunities. I mean, the blue player captured Europe, which is a big continent, and if other players are going to waste their troops on attacking him, then my situation might look much better than one could expect. Most importantly, let's see what the yellow player is going to do. And alright, he seems to be going for Australia, which is not the most ideal situation for me wanting to go for Asia. But let's hope he wastes a lot of troops, so if lucky enough I might be able to take it from him if having a set at 3 cards, and then I would probably continue expanding to Asia. But the yellow player immediately captures Australia and doing that successfully, so my plan is not that much viable anymore. Or at least wouldn't have been if the yellow player hadn't put his troops next to blue, and with that the blue player hadn't crushed his troops. As now the yellow player might be wasting all of his troops on trying to get revenge on the blue player while leaving Australia poorly guarded, and with that I should still be able to take Australia from yellow if having a set at the right time. Obviously I'm not going to put a lot of troops next to Australia, as then my plan would be obvious for the yellow player, so then instead of potentially wasting his troops on blue, he would probably start guarding Australia well, and that isn't something I want. So for now my plan is to build a big army in the corner in Asia, and then with trading in a set take Australia from yellow, and with that fortifying my biggest army on its border. Though now with the pink player invading the blue player by himself, and with the blue player crushing an army of his troops back, the yellow player might have an opportunity to grow strong once again. And alright, it seems the pink player is fully taking care of blue, and the blue player should basically be dead soon, so I think the yellow player is good now and will probably try to expand to Asia as his main plan. So with that I rather decided to move to North America. I could have fortified my army next to yellow, but I mean if I waste my troops on yellow when the pink player will destroy blue, then the pink player should win the game. So I think my plan is now to be without a continent to not bring the attention towards myself, and with the blue player's elimination let the yellow player expand to Asia while the pink player to his continents, so with that they will start attacking each other wasting a lot of troops, and if everything goes according to my plan, then I should end up having more troops than both of them combined. If the pink player wipes out the blue player from Europe, then I think I will just simply take the blue player out. To leave the blue player alive a reason would be as if I want that after trading in a set he would crush all of his troops into pink. But I think this time it's not really needed. I think it's better to kill blue, so with the yellow and pink player being more or less equally strong, they would be able to fully take care of each other without me needing to intervene. The pink player left blue's 2 troops territory in Europe, so I decided to wait for another turn. The pink player might be able to take the blue player out by himself getting his cards. But if so, then it might be even better, as I wouldn't really like to stand out by capturing a bunch of territories at once and starting to appear threatening for both of my opponents, bringing all of their attention towards myself. But alright, with the yellow player trading in a set at 3 cards and attacking pink, that's probably the best scenario that could have happened for me. There was a possibility that after all they might not have fought each other, but now I think they definitely will. So maybe unless if I bring their attention towards myself after eliminating blue and with that taking over North America, since I am just forced to take over it if I want to take out blue. What I need is that the pink and yellow players would be fighting with each other, but not that the blue player would be suiciding into pink. I don't need that the yellow player would take over the advantage in comparison with other players. I want that others would be able to fight each other themselves, without the need of me. Though since both of my opponents have already traded in their sets, while with me being as strong now I'm going to trade even in 2 of them after taking the blue player out. Actually it might be worth to try taking the advantage for myself. I mean it's the best opportunity, and if I don't go with it, then I will have to rely on the pink and yellow players fighting each other, which they might not do anymore after me capturing North America and very possibly bringing their attention towards myself. I mean if I really want to try dominating the game fighting both of them at once, then I just should invade the pink player into South America. If I do not do it now, then I would have it do it anyway, so just with the pink player being stronger. I thought I would get a better blitz roll crushing the pink player's 7 troops, losing fewer troops so I could defend my Asian border much more strongly, but it seems the yellow player might not even try to invading me into North America, which is very promising for me. Though I think I should have left more troops in South America, as the pink player is going to have an 8 troops army, and if he breaks through my border, then I will have to probably back out, so the yellow player wouldn't get too strong. But alright, the pink player backs out by himself moving into Africa, so I get to hold North America and receive that sweet extra troop bonus. And with that having more troops than both of my opponents combined, I think I will just take the pink player out and prepare myself towards the 2-player endgame against the yellow player. There is no reason to risk leaving the pink player alive, as with him having 3 cards he could potentially trade in a 10-troop set, which would definitely be used against me, and besides that I wouldn't receive 3 extra cards anymore. I have more troops than both of my opponents combined, and with me being not certain to hold North America, I think it was just the best to immediately get rid one of them. Unfortunately I ran out of time to take the yellow player's troops down in Middle East, but I think that probably wouldn't have helped me much and I would have been invaded into all of my continents anyway, so I should have just left my army in North Africa. I think that would have been the best decision for me when it comes to that army, and then with that I think I should have had to fortify my 4 Asian troops to Greenland also. Good thing that the yellow player decided to keep one of his armies blocked instead of fortifying it out from the blocked place, so now I should at least hold something, at least South America for sure. I fortified my 4 Asian troops on Alaska to strengthen my North American border from Asia, but looking to it now, I think it would have been better to fortify them to Southern Europe. That would have gave me better odds to potentially end up holding more continents. But maybe if get good enough blitz rolls, then maybe I will still finish wiping the yellow player out. But alright, I did that. Well played, the pink player says, and that's a really nice gesture from the pink player. He says victory, so let's celebrate it. That's a GG. Now when you know how to beat aggressive players who might over-attack each other, I would recommend you watching this video in which I had to beat very pacifistic players who were refusing to attack each other at any cost. That's another 4-player game.